All hands on deck. Module 4. Giving feedback. In our daily lives, giving and receiving feedback is a frequent action. Feedback given by oral or written means is clear, but can also be made less clear by, for example, modifying the tone of voice. A teacher or a mentor has to use this tool in a wise way with their learners or mentees, because it can have a positive or a negative effect in them. We all need feedback to optimize performance and make sure that we are doing our jobs correctly. But what is feedback? Giving feedback is the act of providing information about the outcome of a process or a particular task to those who have performed it. It is then a procedure that may follow a performance appraisal and may include advice, comments, and other factors. The goal will always be to provide information to ensure the achievement of objectives, and, if it is well done, it could strengthen the relationship between the mentor and the mentee. Feedback can reinforce the skills and capabilities of a mentee, but also foster goal orientation, clarify the effects of learner behavior, and increase mentees' abilities to detect and remedy errors on their own. Knowing how to give feedback is key to help enhancing their talent. First of all, identify what you need to give as feedback and why. It is important to be clear about the goals you want to achieve. Take into account that feedback does not have to be a negative activity. It can be about appreciating something well done. And you have to analyze which message you want to transmit, and if it is convenient in that moment, or when and how to do it. It seems difficult, isn't it? But you can follow some tips to give effective feedback. Prioritize your ideas. Limit your comments to the most important points. An excess of feedback could overwhelm the mentee and result in the opposite effect of what we were looking for. Focus on the behavior, not the person. Try not to judge the person. They are learners and need some advice. It is better to focus on terms of how to solve the problem more than the learner being the problem. In fact, behavior can be changed, the person can't. It is important to remark that everyone is in a learning process, and in that way, behavior can evolve. Try to state what's the recommended behavior to be changed and how to do it, and avoid being accusatory. Balance the given content. Use the sandwich method for positive and negative feedback. It is better to start with positive comments, highlighting the ones connected with your goal. In this way, the mentee is receiving the information that you want them to keep doing and is relaxed to receive the following constructive part. Here, identifying specific areas for improvement and ways to make changes is essential. Finally, it is a good idea to add another positive characteristic. This kind of feedback is usually well received and helps grow self-esteem. But do not overdo the praise, since your learners could think that they are doing everything perfect and you are losing a good opportunity to correct some aspects of their performance. Limit your focus. Try not to present more than 2 problems, because the person might feel attacked or demoralized. Focus on things that can be changed, ignore the rest, and forget impossible things. Be specific. Avoid general comments that may be useless for the learner. Try to give examples to illustrate your idea. Even better, try to show how that should be done according to your opinion. It is a good idea to offer different alternatives rather than just giving one option. In that way, the learner can select the one that makes them feel more comfortable. Tell the person exactly what they need to improve. Don't beat around the bush. The learner detects ambiguity. If you tell them they have acted unprofessionally, what does that mean exactly? Was he or she too loud, too friendly, too casual, too frivolous, or too badly dressed? Be realistic. Try not to exaggerate to make a point. Avoid using always and never words. They are not the whole truth. Having a clear-eyed view of themselves can help them to decide how to change. Do not compare with others. It is extremely painful and demotivating if you continue comparing them with somebody else. Moreover, you are not really focused on their work. it is distracting and can lead to a poor performance. If you want them to learn something by observation of another person, your message should be focused on the process, on the task, not on the person. Criticize in private. If you want to give recognition, you can do it in public. But if you want something to be changed, use a private moment with other peers to speak with the mentee. Establish a safe place to talk where you won't be interrupted or overheard. Be timely. Seek for the appropriate time to communicate the feedback. Take into account that feedback has more effect immediately after the behavior and loses its impact if it's delayed too much. Otherwise, if it is mainly negative or highly emotional situation, it is good to take time to prepare what to say and wait until everyone has calmed down in order not to regret about what you are going to say. Own the feedback. When offering evaluative comments, you are giving your opinion, not the universal truth. You think that it could be done in another way. For that, use the pronouns I rather than they or one, which would imply that your opinion is universally agreed on. Offer continuing feedback. Feedback should be an ongoing process, not just a once in a year or a once every 2 months event. It is better for them to get used to receiving feedback. It needs not to be a formal situation or an exam. Moreover, in your case, after giving feedback, make an effort to follow up the consequences. Be available to receive questions and to provide more feedback about this. Prepare your comments. You don't need to read a script, but it is essential to tell your ideas clearly, and you need to think it carefully. This will help you to stay on track and stick to the issues. Provide specific suggestions. Good feedback needs to have suggestions about how to improve the performance. Otherwise, it would be useless. Do not be generic. Give examples and set goals, but realistic, measurable, and attainable goals. Breaking down those goals could even be a good idea. Ask about their perspective. Listen carefully what the mentee says and try to offer more suggestions. Following some of these tips, you will give feedback really well, but the process has not finished yet. You still need to act afterwards. Let them work in their own process of change. You have given them some clues, and now it is their turn to implement them. Observe what the mentee does, if something has changed or not, if they are making an effort to do things differently. Write down your observations in case you need it for later. Pick out the points of progress. Point out every progress of the mentee after your feedback. This is really motivational, and it is an opportunity to give new suggestions. Offer a helping hand in case that a mentee is not achieving goals after following your advice. Give new feedback if needed. And do not forget, this is a circular process, and we are never done improving.